K&C Masterpiece right here on 105 through the Fan. We're talking with Josh Smith. Now, you had 2 home runs today. If for some reason you hadn't showered, I know baseball players are superstitious, or at least a little stitious. Would that have carried over if you had another big game tomorrow? Would you have been like, this is the key?
Yeah, I mean, I never really thought about that, but maybe I should look into it. But I already did shower, so hopefully tomorrow will be a good day too.
Okay, well, hey, that's probably for the best.
What is the superstition we should keep an eye out for on you?
For me, I'm not very superstitious, to be honest with you, at all. So I put my socks on differently every day. Maybe I'm like so not superstitious, it's superstitious.
You can tie.
Yeah.
You can tie, yeah.
I swear I have baseball questions too, but since you brought up socks, both my wife and myself, we go sock, shoe, because that's the most efficient way to do it.
Okay.
Have you ever thought about that before, or do you think I could be a sociopath?
That's a little crazy. I'm sock, shoe. Yeah.
That's inefficient. You're 1, 2,
yeah, you're probably
1,
right.
2.
That's a good idea because I like being efficient.
See?
And so I'm weird, I guess, because I claim to be one, and then my wife's like, but you just said you're that, but I just watched you do it the other way. And I'm like, maybe I just do whatever I want. That's the way I rock with it. Yeah. What sticks with you longer, 2 home run game or that ball that was just out of reach right over the second base? Or did you forget about that already?
I probably forgot. Yeah, I mean, the one I dove for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forget about that.
It was a heck of an effort.
Because I mean, if I dive for it and I don't get it, I did everything I could. So.
Okay. All right.
Now, you had already talked about like the differences, obviously, in this spring training when you're focused in on specifically one position. Can you walk our audience through like what that looks like, both short and long term for you?
Yeah, for me, it's different. I've never. In the big leagues, I've never done that. So just trying to kind of master that one position. I think you might have heard me say it, but I think it's harder to do that than to be decent at all of them. And so it's definitely been a more taxing spring for me, I think, this year, just trying to have more focus on that one position.
I've been kind of defending that whole, like, maybe it's a little more taxing in season to play all these multiple positions, though. And I know you're like, hey, I'll do whatever it takes to win and be on this thing. What is that kind of a tiring thing, though, to have a lot of different things you have to learn on any given night?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely tiring, but I think just playing 162 games at any position, any night is pretty tiring. It might be just a little bit your broader focus, I guess, is just kind of you don't know really where you're going to be that day, so that's the nice part about playing one position is you know you're going to be in that spot. But yeah, I guess just playing everywhere it's definitely tiring, but like I said, I still think it's a lot harder to play just one position.
I'm sure people like even your former teammate Marcus Semien would say you never really master any position, but how do you feel like you've done bringing it along this spring?
He was pretty close to mastering it.
But couldn't you see him be like, no, I got more to do?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's a hard worker. But yeah, he played it really well, so it's definitely going to be some big shoes for me to fill. I learned a lot from him in his time here. His work ethic. I mean, he was, in my opinion, one of the best defenders in the big leagues, in my opinion, last year. And so, yeah, for me to have to fill those shoes is going to be tough. But from him, I did learn to work hard. And if I work hard and it works out, great. If not, so what? I did everything I could.
We'll hear different things from different athletes. Some will say, like, I don't hear outside noise. I'm curious your thought on if you've heard people say, what about second base? Like, do you hear any of that noise when you're like, no, I'm playing second base right now?
I mean, yeah, I'm not dumb. I hear. I'm on social media and stuff, so I see people talking. I wouldn't say it like affects me, but you definitely do see it. I know my process, my work that I do. That's what I can control. You go out and hit 300, somebody's gonna say, "Oh, he should have hit 315." So it's right. Always trying to do something more for
or
people.
What was his WAR?
Yeah, something like that. So people always find something. So I don't pay too much attention to it, but they have every right to want someone to do something. So
we were talking with Skip on Monday, and I think one of our criticisms, we were pulling for you in a lot of different forms, but it is that second half. And I asked Skip what he thought there, and he said, "Here's what I'm going to say: is Chase winning." And I don't know if he's had that discussion with you or said that phrase to you. How do you take Chase winning?
That's funny you said that because I actually saw that interview the other day, and I've been trying to figure out how to manage that second half, and that's I saw that and I was like, that's a really good point, because if you're trying to win the game, whatever happens, but you can at least go home at the end of the day and say, hey, I did everything I could. I would always kind of focus on, oh, I had a terrible game, and then just kind of spiral into the next, and so you're chasing feelings and stuff like that. But yeah, if you're chasing winning, I think that's all that matters in this game. So
I'm stealing that, by the way, and using it like every day for every single one of these sports.
That's a really good quote.
That was the interview with us, so you're welcome for helping out with that.
And that's what I led that with. We're going to have tough conversations sometimes. Is he okay with tough questions like that? And that's a tough conversation with you too. But
it's part of the game, getting criticized, and I think in a good way. I think if I were to guess, he probably wants the best for me, and he wants me to figure it out too. So if he's got any advice for that, I'm always open ears. So.
You were just talking about the mental aspect of it. We all know about the physical grind of 162, but the mental aspect, is there anything that you do to try to stop that potential spiraling that you were just talking about? Because I feel like that's relatable to all people.
I mean, the physical part doesn't even compare to the mental part, based on my opinion. It's the mental part it's really hard. But yeah, that's something I'm still trying to figure out. I think, like you said, I've had some conversations with Skip, and chasing winning, finding joy in other teammates and their success is something he kind of preaches, and I think I need to be better at that, and it's something I'll try to focus on this year. So,
is there a particular? Go ahead.
That can be contagious.
Yeah,
that around the clubhouse.
Okay, so that feeds into what I wanted to know. Is there a teammate or two that you have that you can't help but root for them just because they're like? I know Osuna last year was just bouncing around and everyone was excited. Is that just all of your teammates, or do you have a couple that you're like, man, that guy gets so happy and like you can't help but root for him?
Yeah, well, I think that's the idea of having a good clubhouse, is you want everybody to be pulling for everybody. You don't want to have any bad apples, because, like it or not, usually every team there's somebody that kind of brings people down, and it does make it hard to root for those guys. But I feel like this year in camp, like, we got a pretty good group to where you do find yourself wanting people to do good, and it's not. I think some people might find some jealousy sometimes in people's success. I've never been like that, but I do need to be better at showing my emotion, like, towards my teammates and stuff like that. So
you root for all your teammates with the exception of in the ping pong tournament.
Oh yeah.
How did it go?
I hope they all lose.
But like, you were talking about having a good clubhouse, that level of like banter, or that level of maybe pettiness at times in a ping pong tournament, that does feel like something that helps bring people close together.
Yeah, definitely some competitiveness in the clubhouse, whether it's cards, ping pong, always brings guys closer. But yeah, you definitely want to see guys succeed on the field, but in ping pong, you want to see them lose every time. So.
I heard the draw was random, but Seager and DeGrom, was that random?
They're together?
Yeah.
No, that's BS.
Nate said the same thing.
Yeah. That's what he was like, I don't know about that random part of the draw.
I was telling Nate earlier, Kevin and I grew up here. We've been Rangers fans our whole lives, and so we're lucky to get to cover this, because we have a different attachment to it. But last year, watching the pitching was the most fun I've ever had watching Rangers pitching. And from your seat, from where you stand on the field, did you get the kind of the same vibe out of those guys? Because it was artwork out there.
Yeah, I mean, they were awesome. Evo, DeGrom, Leiter came along really well at the end. Just Corbin gave us great innings. Just everybody. We felt bad as hitters because, I mean, these guys are out there every night giving up 1-2 runs, and we couldn't pull through, and it's frustrating. But also it's like, Jesus, these guys are doing their part, and yeah, hoping it can kind of go into this year too.
That part of how competitive Evaldi is. Can you describe that for our fans? Like, is he like that in the clubhouse, or is it just when he gets the mound, it's a different dude?
I'd say in everything he does, it's very detailed, and there's a reason behind it. He's a pro. Like, everything he does, he doesn't do it 50%. It's 100%. So, just for example, if I asked him what my scouting report is, if he has to face me in a live backfield at bat, that doesn't matter at all. He knows exactly how to pitch me, what he's trying to do, this and that, and he knows every pitch I hit, every pitch I don't hit. So he's just always locked in, and he's the ultimate teammate, in my opinion. Just a guy that we're pretty blessed to have here in Texas.
You talked about the jump up from lighter, whether it's lats, whether it's rocker. What have you seen from some of these other younger pitchers that I know we're all hoping takes that lighter-esque jump?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Kumar, he's been great. He's a high draft pick for a reason. He's got a ton of potential. I know that he knows it too. He believes in himself. But this game, it's really hard to come up here and have immediate success. And so I think just for him, just learning on some of his failures and how to grow from that. I'm saying that for him, but I could also take that and for myself as well. But yeah, just having those guys, I think hopefully they'll have good years for us. Latz, he's been great. I thought he was awesome last year in his role, and yeah, hoping he can kind of bring that to this year too.
And then I know you're focused on yourself and the team, but y'all played Team Brazil yesterday here at the stadium. We had Cuba against the Royals. Just what was that experience like? And then are you amped up, like a lot of players, for a World Baseball Classic?
Yeah, it's definitely unique. I've never played Team Brazil, so to do that was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm definitely. I think the Baseball Classic's great for baseball. I love watching it. I feel like it's pretty much postseason baseball in February, March, whatever month we're in. I don't even know, but yeah, it's really fun to watch that. To see your country, some of the best players representing your country is really cool.
And the last thing for me is, it's very difficult to explain for anybody that's never swung the bat or felt that feeling, but you hit 2 home runs today, you're fresh off of those. Can you explain that feeling of when the ball meets the bat, and when just kind of describe it for the humans?
Yeah, it's oh man, it's really good. I mean, especially as a baseball player, it's everything you want, and so yeah, to do it twice today is pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know, it's hard to describe. I'd say 3 feelings are pretty good: getting married, having your baby, and hitting a home run. So. Oh
yeah, I saw you pushing the stroller at Sandlot this year. That was pretty nice to see.
You're not going to ask him that other question then? No. If he thinks it's irresponsible. I'm here right now. My 3-year-old yesterday, he broke his arm.
Oh man.
Do you think I should? My wife says keep working.
I think you're a terrible person.
No, man. That's what he said. He goes, I'm going to ask every player today if he should be there.
I think if I don't know, man, that's a tough one. I think if he's okay, you're fine. If the wife says you're fine. If the wife says you're fine, you're good.
Okay,
yeah.
She says I'm fine.
You're
but
good.
Okay.
You're good.
All right. I'm going to use this interview. I'll be like, Josh Smith said it was fine.